Hey guys, welcome back. So with all of these ideas we've been discussing about motivating your team, it helps you understand some of the psychology behind why teams need motivation in the first place. There will be times when team members mentally feel pressure, lose their willingness to work hard, or are just generally unmotivated. When those feelings spread to multiple people, it means your team is suffering from low morale. Now, low morale isn't just about being unhappy, it's about feeling unmotivated or unwilling to do a great job. A decrease in morale could be a sudden thing, or it could be something that has grown over a long period of time. One of your jobs as a leader is to ensure morale stays positive and deal with any negatives as soon as it comes up. So the first step when you know your team's morale is low is to identify the cause. A lot of times, events happening within the company could be the cause of low morale. Things like people quitting, getting fired, or being laid off. Company results were announced and they were bad or worse than expected. Company policies have changed and it might have affected worker benefits or flexibility. Maybe a big competitor reported positive news, like they've launched a new product or they beat your company somehow. So that's bad news for you. Or there's maybe, negative news about your industry in general, maybe declines in business, customers, or demand. These negative things could certainly erode a team's confidence and make them feel less secure about their jobs, their current projects, or their company's future. But the cause of low morale might also be directly related to your own team. Maybe your recent project didn't perform well or didn't get good feedback. Maybe your budget or access to resources have been cut. Maybe your workers' schedules have changed unexpectedly. Or the problem may be, in fact, you. Managers can negatively affect morale if they do those things we've been saying for a while now that are demotivational. Acting like a micromanager, being a poor communicator, acting lazy, or just being unfair to the team in general. It might not always be easy to discover the cause of low morale, but by talking to your team and asking for their honest and open feedback, you should get the information you need. Now, once you know the cause of the problem, focus on the facts, but always respect people's opinions. You cannot change how people react or feel about things. And as a leader, you need to show this respect to every person who works for you. However, you can try to change the focus onto how you're going to change the current situation. So talk to your team and figure out how a recent change might have affected them. Whether it's an internal issue or news from outside your company, let them know you want to help. Sometimes people just need to get their thoughts or fears out on the table, and by sharing those ideas, then they can move on. It can also help to practice transparency. If your company just laid off a bunch of people, explain why it happened. What was the company's reason for doing it? Low morale often hits people because of fear of the unknown. They don't understand why things happened, so they fear more bad things will happen in the future. Explaining the thinking behind decisions might help them deal with it. Also, remember to recognize great performance within your team. Celebrating success or making a positive example out of a teammate's recent work could lift spirits and give people something to shoot for. Another idea is to get out of the office as a team. Whether you simply go out for drinks after work or schedule a team building exercise to get your minds off of work, physically separating your team from the workplace can help give them a mental break and re-energize them. However, if you're actively facing problems, coming up with plans to fix them actually can be very motivational. Work with your team to consider the next course of action. Think of ways to solve any big issue or find a workaround. Involve your team so they feel invested and empowered by their own ideas. Fixing something as a team can be an amazing way to raise morale. So low morale may affect your team at some point, but by creating an environment of open communication, you'll hear about why people are feeling the way they are much sooner, giving you a chance to help them get through it sooner. In the lectures to come, we're going to talk about more ways to help your team through changes, specifically leadership changes. All right, see you then.